To do today is just to thank everybody so much for the wonderful support for Anne and Hollie here. I think most of you will have met them already. They really are two of the most fantastic ladies you'll ever meet. Very brave, very courageous, and they've been absolutely terrific. And it's been a great privilege for me to be able to work for them, and it's wonderful for all the support that you've given. So thank you all for everything you've done. Thank you very much for coming today from wherever you've come from. I know some of you have come from a great distance to be here, so thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for being a hero.
Oh, not a hero, no. That's kind of you. I'm not a hero, I'm not that calibre. I've just done what I thought was the best thing to do to try and help to solve this terrible crime. I'm not going to talk too much about the circumstances, because most of you know about the background to the story. Things are moving all the time. We're having tremendous support from the media all over the world. Friends, people who've never even heard of us before are coming forward to offer their help, give us the chance to go on air, which we've been doing regularly with Anne and Hollie and Mary and Stuart, and several people have all been on air in various parts with stations in various parts of the world. And it really is so rewarding that people are getting behind us on this terrible case, because we're well aware that all the efforts to stop us are really because this is the tip of the iceberg. Hollie and the other children that we know about in this particular case, Anne's poor brother who was murdered, all these things is just the tip of the iceberg. We are well aware that the authorities have got an enormous amount to hide. And if this gets out, and if it gets in the press all over Scotland, which it should be, and would be if Scotland had a free press and was a proper democracy, then this would cause chaos. It would probably almost certainly mean the fall of the Scottish government, the current government, and it would bring down a lot of people in very prominent positions in the professions all over Scotland. And that is why every effort is made to shut us up, why I was arrested and charged. This is all to try and silence the people who want the truth to come out, and we all want the truth to come out, and we're determined it will come out one way or another, with the support of friends like you and friends across the world who've done everything to try and help us. So thank you very much indeed. Anyway, I say it's really an informal day today just to meet Anne and Hollie, and they're so thrilled that you've all come. It means so much to them to have that wonderful support and that love and everything else. It's been absolutely terrific. Now, I have got a slight running order of the speeches there. One few people want to say a few words, and I've asked everybody not to make it too long because we don't want a day of speeches really. But first of all, I'm going to call up a famous publicist here called Ayem, who's been enormously helpful. And Ayem, if you'd like to say a few words first of all.
Thanks, Robert. Thank you to everybody for making the effort to come here today, but particularly thank you to you, Hollie, and to you, Anne. And as has already been said, Robert, for your tremendous courage. I agree with you the way that the press works, both in this country and around the world. It's completely controlled, it's not democratic, but it's reached a point now with everything that's happened with these awful atrocities that people are just not prepared to tolerate it anymore. We've now got tremendous ways of communicating via the internet, via each other, just literally talking about what's happened. It's not going to go away, it's not going to stop, but it will, because we are going to make it stop. We're not going to just be fobbed off. If news editors or programme kind of people say, well, we can't put this on because we haven't got proof, or we don't know what's been happening and we're not quite sure. Well, there's something that I constantly keep seeing, and it's been happening for years and years and years, and that is we're constantly shown in the media that anything to do with these awful atrocities towards children, we're always distracted about something that's going on over here. A very good example lately has been about John Venables and being put back to prison. There's been a huge amount of debate and hysteria about how dreadful this is. And it's so clever, because what it does is it makes us look in this direction and concentrate on this. Well, we know right over here with what's happening with Hollie is really what they're trying to distract us from. And it's an age-old method to keep us distracted. We constantly see things in the media about paedophile rings that take place, and I'm not trying to say one practice is worse or better than the other, but we know that those isolated cases that are constantly reported are keeping us completely distracted from the globally organised highly organised crime of paedophilia and children's abuse. And this is why we're constantly being told, don't look over here, this doesn't exist. It's over here to these few individuals who are doing what they're doing. And that's simply not true. And the more people have the courage to come out, as you have done, Holly, to talk about what's happened, the more we have the chance to keep relentlessly moving this information so that the truth has got to come out. No more. Just no more. So thank you, everybody.